The Gettysburg Address is probably the best known of the entire Lincoln collection, which we have at the Presidential Library and Museum. We have 50,000 original items pertaining to every aspect of Lincoln's life and his family and his political career. But the Gettysburg Address is probably the best known, and it's a top draw, and so it's important for a lot of visitors to know when it's on display. Gettysburg Address was on display when we opened the museum in April of 2005, and we left it on display for about 2 years. After all, it's one of the highlights of our collection. But because of good conservation policy measures, we pretty much are self-policing, and we decided that it should come off display. Give it some sort of a rest from the rigors of being on public display. Just good conservation policy for one of the world's most important documents. So what we're doing now is we're putting it back on display on the 145th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, July 1, and it will remain on display for approximately 7 weeks. It's in its own protective case, and I think, as you'll see when you see the Gettysburg Address on display, it is not only in a display case, but it's in its own special frame. And the frame suspends the Gettysburg Address in the middle of inert gas. And so the frame itself is a conservation measure in addition to the climate-controlled case in which it's placed.
We want it to last hundreds more years, and that's why we take such care of it the best we can in terms of the climate control and in terms of the handling and in terms of the presentation too. It's a little darker in the Treasures Gallery than some people might like, but that is done for a reason. It's done to preserve everything in there for as long as we can manage, in addition to letting the public see it. It's two different desires there that are not completely in sync with one another, but we try to do the best we can so that people can be inspired by Lincoln's writings and work and life for as long as possible.